Hey everyone, I'm Elisma and I'll be taking you through today's class. In this video, we'll be focusing on the upper body, specifically how to move and engage your shoulder muscles. In most of my one-on-one classes, I see tensed up shoulders, and these can lead to many shoulder problems such as neck pain, back spasms, and some shoulder issues like frozen shoulder, shoulder muscle tears, and just a big shoulder muscle imbalance. All of this can be rectified with a proper shoulder movement. So try to be mindful about your movements today. I'll guide and cue as best as I can to help you. We won't be using any equipment for today's class, so grab your mat and let's get moving. Good, so get starting. Stand with your feet right up underneath your hip bones, all the toes pointing straight forward. And you want to feel that all your toes stay equally heavy. Your knees can be slightly bent. Now try to broaden out your shoulders. We'll get to those shoulder blade movements in a bit. So now take a breath in and just feel like you squeeze your shoulder blades together at the back. And then exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together to the front. You want to try and get them to touch your chest bone. Again, breathe in as you reach your shoulder blades to your spine, and then breathing out, squeezing the shoulder blades together in the front. Again, breathing in to the back. And exhaling, shoulder blades to the front. Now try to add some elbows. See if your elbows can touch each other behind your spine. Now try to get your elbows to touch in front. Again, elbows touching at the back. And exhale, elbows trying to touch in the front. One more time. And exhaling. Good, so now you can actually feel your shoulder blades can move, right? See if your shoulder blades can touch the tips of your earlobes. Now exhale, push your shoulder blades all the way down. And again, pull them all the way up. And then press them all the way down. Let's go another 3 times, as high as you can. And back down low. Another 2 times, as high as possible. And back down. Once more, lifting. And then sinking down. Now from here, lift all the way up. And do a few shoulder rolls. You want to try and get those shoulder blades to make the biggest possible circles around your ribs. Good, let's go one more time this way around. And now just reverse it. As you do this, you still want to feel like your spine is as tall as possible. Good, let's go once more. Alright, now using your one arm, reaching out, stretching all the way over, and just see how far you can move to the side. And then as you exhale, come back. Take a breath in and now stretch over the other way. And as you exhale, come all the way back. We go again, reaching over as far as you can. And coming back. So all of this is just to warm up the body a little. Get the shoulders to start moving. I'm going to move both arms now. Start with them out in a T. The one hand goes down, the other hand goes up. And see if your fingertips can touch. And then stretch it out. We just switch sides. See if they can find each other in between your shoulder blades. And again, we stretch over the other way. And again, you're reaching out, stretching, and get them to touch. Once more going each way. And one more time to the other side. Come down. Your chin can fall to your chest. Keep your knees soft and just allow the entire body to melt down over the legs. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, slowly make your way back up to a stand. Good. Now important here, make sure you don't end up with your shoulders in your neck. You want to try and keep your shoulders broad. So relax the elbows, relax the fingers. On your exhale again, chin goes down to your chest, and you can just sink the body all the way down. And exhale, roll your spine back to the top. Good, broadening the shoulders as you come up. You want to feel like your collarbones are a bit longer at the end of class. We go one more time, sinking down. And let the body just hang for a moment. On your exhale, make your way back up again. And broaden out the shoulder. I've just changed my position, but you can stay as you are. So again, you can drop your chin down. You can roll down over the mat. But now I'd like you to come down with your hands down on the floor as well. It's okay to bend the knees. Alright, we're more focused on getting a good position with your shoulders. You want to feel the hands pushing the floor away. And as you exhale, try to curl into your entire spine. And then breathing in to flatten out the back. And now roll nose to the navel and come back up to the top. We do a few more like that. Remember to broaden your shoulders. Exhale, sink the head down. Allow the body to just melt over your legs. Hands come down and exhaling, push with your arms. Pull the tummy deeper. Breathe in, relax. And exhale, make your way back up. Let's go through it one more time. Rolling down. And press away with your arms. Good. Release a little bit, coming back up. Now transfer the hands just onto the thighs. Bend your knees a bit more. Now see how round your spine can become. Take a breath in to completely straighten out the spine. But in doing so, you want to feel the collarbones becoming a little bit broader than your mat. And then as you exhale, you want to keep your collarbones this broad. And now allow the spine to move. And breathe in, flatten out the back again. Again, exhaling, curl into your spine. And breathing in, flatten it out. Arching your spine a bit backwards. Let's go one more time. Rounding. Straighten out the legs. Roll your spine back up to the top. Good. From here, you can sink your head down. Allow the body to just melt over your legs again. By now, the body should feel a bit warmer. You might be able to keep your legs quite a bit straighter. And now just walk your hands forward. There you go, but be mindful of those shoulders. You still want to keep them broad. Try to straighten out your elbows, tighten the tummy muscles, and now transfer your knees down to the mat. You're going to try and move the shoulder blades so you can keep your feet relaxed. There's no need to keep the toes hooked in until they start cramping. All right, so the feet stay relaxed. First, let's just give some attention to the hand placement. So you want to keep your index fingers parallel with one another and then stretch all the other fingers as wide apart as possible. Now you want to try and get equal weight over the whole palm. So over every single knuckle, you want to push down some weight. Now as you exhale, feel like your arms push the body away from the ground. But now careful that your back starts to round. You want to keep your spine in a straight line. And now just as you breathe in, let your body just sink in between your arms. And exhale, push the body away again. Again, breathe in as you sink the chest. So careful that your head drops down, but your shoulders or your chest remains up high. You want to keep a straight line and just see how low down you can go. Good, let's do a few more of these. Imagining the chest bone being in an elevator, going down to the ground floor and then up to the very top of the building. And again, going down to the ground floor, squeezing your shoulder blades and now lifting back up to the very top of the building. And now keep your back in a straight line. Keep the tummy muscles wrapped tight around you. Now we build onto this without your body moving anywhere. So you want to have a look at your shadow. Keep it steady. Lift one hand away from the floor. And I'll place this hand back down. We're going to switch sides. So first, equal the weight on both arms. And now lift your other hand off the floor. And place that hand back down. Switching sides again, lifting your arm. And place your hand down. Now be mindful that you don't sink into your supporting arm while you lift the other hand. Alright, you don't want to sway over your shoulders as you transition from the one side to the other. You want to keep equal weight on both arms. You want to keep your shoulders steady. If you had a fish bowl on your back, you're not allowed to traumatize the fish. Just to equal it out, both hands down to the ground. Keep your shoulders broad. Tummy muscles are still wrapped tight. And from here, we straighten out one leg to the back. Feel that leg become super long, and now pull that leg back in. We switch sides and pull the leg back in. Make sure you don't sink into your shoulders, and again, transition to the other side and pull back in. Make sure your head doesn't fall down to the ground. You want to keep your ears slightly higher than your shoulders. From here, we lift one hand with the opposite leg. See if you can find your balance. Still make sure you don't sink into the shoulder. This shoulder is not allowed to pull to your neck. Keep it broad. You want to find some muscle that's close to the tip of your shoulder blade and squeeze it. Pull it towards your shoulder, towards your spine. Now breathe in. Reach your free arm and leg all the way out. See how long they can become. And then pull back to the start. And again, reaching all the way out. And pull all the way back to the start. Don't worry too much about proper breathing for today. Focus on keeping your shoulders steady. Don't traumatize that fish in the bowl. Pulling back, and let's go one more time. Reaching out. Now we hold it there. Taking a breath in and exhaling. Don't sink. Again, breathing in. Feel like you lengthen your arm and leg. And exhale, hold. One more time. And exhale, hold. Coming all the way back to the start. Good work. Now from here, you can turn onto your side. You can turn so you face your screen. Keep that elbow right underneath your shoulder. You don't want to sink into your shoulder, so you're not completely down on the beach here. You want to feel like you kind of lift yourself out of your shoulder, out of your armpit. You feel like you lift yourself somewhat off your elbow. Make your body a bit lighter. And now place your top hand behind your head. You want to gently press your head into your hand. Keep the collarbones broad. And for now, we keep our knees bent, ankles, big toes, heels right on top of one another. As you exhale, find these side muscles to kind of lift your hips just a little bit off the ground. And now sink back down. Now what the shoulder will do is you don't want to sink into the shoulder, right? But as you lift, you don't want to roll over your knees and onto your hand. You want to feel like there's a wall behind you, and you want to feel like you lean into that wall. And now breathing out, lifting up, 2, and sink back down. Again, exhale, lifting up, go 3, and sinking down. Keep pushing away with this bottom arm. Lifting again, 4, and lower your hips down. One more time. Lifting up, 5, and now we're going to stay here. Feel how your tummy muscles wrap tighter. Push a little bit more with this bottom arm for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can sink it down to the ground. Good. Now you can just turn onto all fours. Have your hands right underneath your shoulders again. Keep the collarbones nice and broad. And now before we start moving, just check in with your shoulders. You want to feel like the tips of your shoulder blades kind of slide a little bit closer towards your spine. Now feel like you could push your chest bone into that spot as well. So if you had double-sided tape against your spine, you've got your chest bone and shoulder blades squeezing against it. Hold that pressure. Straighten out your one leg, straighten out the other. Keep your collarbones broad, and now let's lift the hips up to the ceiling. Alright, now it's much more important to keep broad open shoulders and try to aim towards a straight spine than what it is to keep your legs out straight. And then exhale, pull your body back to a plank position. And again, let the hip bones rise all the way up. Keeping your collarbones broad. And bring the body back to the front. We go one more time, lifting up to the top. Alright, but now the leg furthest away from your screen. Slide it forward. Try to place it in between your hands. And now we're going to move over to the other side. Good. Good. Equal weight on both hands. This foot can go all the way back. Lift your hips nice and high. And now you can drop your knees down to the ground on this side. Check in with your hand placement. Keep your head higher than your shoulders. Tummy muscles wrap tight. Now lift one hand, one leg. Opposite to what you've had just now. And now just reach the arm and leg all the way out. And exhale, pull back to the start. We go again, breathing in, reaching out. And exhale, pull back to the start. We go again, reaching out another 3 times. And coming all the way back in. Another 2. Reaching. And drawing back in. Once more, reaching out. Hold it there. Lengthen your arm, lengthen your leg. Keep your body steady. Head higher than your shoulder. Pushing the floor away with that bottom arm for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come back. Now we turn onto the side. Elbow goes right under your shoulder. Leg stays bent for now. Hips are stacked on top of one another. I'm going to feel like you push the floor away with this bottom arm. Top hand goes behind your head. Feet are on top of one another. As you breathe out, keep your hip bones to lift. And sink back down. And again, hip bones lift up 2. And sinks down. Lifting up again 3. And lower. Lifting 4. And down. One more time, lifting up and we stay. Collarbones stay broad. Another 3, 2, 1. And come back down. Turn back onto all fours. Hands right underneath your shoulders. Keep the collarbones broad. Straighten the one leg, straighten the other. And as you exhale, allow the hips to just rise all the way up to the top. And as you exhale, pull the body back to the front. And again, let the hip bones rise all the way up to the top. And pull the body back to the front. One more time, lifting your hips all the way up. And coming back to the front. Sit with your feet and your knees about fist width apart. And just make sure all your toes are pointing straight ahead of you. Again, you want to feel like all the toes have equal weight on them. And now we're going to just sink into the spine. You want to feel like your pelvis moves the most here. You want to try and get the body weight onto the back of your pant line. You want to try and aim your pubic bone up as high as possible. And then as you exhale, pull the body back to the front. And feel the spine just grow taller. Again, focusing on your shoulders, you want to try and keep your collarbones broader than the mat. So as you roll backwards, careful that you kind of squeeze into your shoulders and only sink into your chest. You want to aim your chest bone a little bit higher than your nose. And you want to feel like your pelvis and lower back is doing that curling movement. And then exhaling, use your tummy. Your arms can help a little bit, but mostly tummy pulls the body up and lifts. Again, sinking backwards. Now we're going to roll all the way down until you are flat on the mat. You can rest your hands down next to your sides. Maybe put your feet in a little bit closer, but still keep them about a fist width apart. Make sure all your toes can feel the mat. Now think about your shoulder blades. So the position or the form. So the form of your shoulder blade is a triangle. You want to feel that entire triangle melting down into the ground. If you can't feel it, don't worry too much. Just feel like you give into gravity so that gravity can help pull down. From here, we move into a pelvic curl. So now curl the pubic bone closer to your belly button. Using most of your tummy muscles, step into your feet and let your hips rise up to the top. Over here, I want you to check in with your neck and your shoulders. They're not allowed to tense. Keep your shoulders just melting into gravity and feel how your legs pull the body weight towards your feet. And one by one, let your vertebra just sink back down to the mat again. And tailbone melts into the ground. Again, curling the pubic bone to the ceiling. Exhaling, rolling up to the top. roll your spine back down, melting your tailbone back into the mat. We go again, tucking in another 3 times, rolling all the way to the top. You want to feel the glutes, you want to feel the hamstrings, and I'll make your way back down. Focus on lengthening your spine, pulling the body weight away from neck and shoulders. And a last time, rolling up to the top. Sinking your spine back down to the mat. Tailbone heavy. Once you've got your pelvis back in a neutral position, feel the tummy muscles just wrapping tight around you. Almost like you could vacuum pack your insides. You can interlace the fingers, plunge your hands behind your head, keep collarbones broad, elbows stay visible in the corners of your eyes. Now as you exhale, come up into a chest lift. And now just think about what you feel most here. So you don't want to feel your neck, the front or the back. You don't want to feel your shoulders tensing and pulling you forward. You want to feel tummy muscles. The entire six-pack from the pubic bone to the top of your chest bone. You want to feel engaged. And now sink your head and chest back down. So to get that, you want to make sure you see the elbows in the corners of your eyes. And then feel your head pressing into your hands. Now give an exhale, curling over your chest bone. At the very top, instead of your elbows pulling forward, feel like you draw the ribs closer to your hips and then sink back down. Last one, you can stay up at the top. Now grab hold of your thighs. Try to pull the body a little bit higher up. Still make sure your collarbones try to become broader than the mat. Place your hands back behind your head so your head can just rest in your hands. We lift one leg to a tabletop. Without your hips moving, switch your legs. You can place both feet back down and I'll lower your head and chest back to the ground. Open your arms into a wide T position. Looking from side to side, you want to have your palms facing up to the ceiling and you want to feel like your shoulders are still just relaxed on the ground. We're going to squeeze ankles and knees together and I'll let your upper back remain steady on the floor as you twist both hips over towards the one side. Exhale to draw your legs back to the start. Take a breath in as you transfer the weight to the opposite hip now. So this movement is stretching in between your shoulder blades over the middle of your back, but the movement initiates from the one hip trying to lift up off the floor and rolling over or past the bottom one. You want to keep your knees glued together. Let's go one more time to each side. Great. From here now you circle the arms over your head. You can straighten out both legs and just give a nice big breath in. As you exhale, you can lift your hands to the top. Curl the head and neck, chest off the ground, and I'll roll your spine all the way to the top again. Keep those shoulders broad, let your body stretch a bit further forward, and now we make our way back down. We do this 4 more times, and the entire time you want to keep your ears slightly behind your shoulders. You want to feel like your belly button is pushing back You want to feel like your spine is just stretching further over the legs. As you move back, keep your ears behind your shoulders. From here, you can turn onto your side again. Now, instead of both legs being bent, we keep the top leg straight, but flex that foot. You want to push into the side of your foot. There you go, to anchor yourself down on the ground. The top hand can now just stretch, trying to reach your calf. Wrap the tummy muscles tight. Now, breathing out, allow the hips to slide up and then reach this arm up to the ceiling. And you can lower back down. Your neck muscles, you turn your head down towards this bottom elbow. We go one more time. We hold it there. All right, now from here, lift that top leg. Wrap your tummy muscles tight. We're going to flex your top foot, reach it forward, point the toes and take it all the way to the back. Make sure this hand isn't waving. You want to keep it steady. Once more to the back. And then you can lower all the way down again. Now we straighten out your legs. You hold your plank. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lift one straight leg off the floor. Lower it down. Again to the other side. Finish up with your last one, and then from there you can end in your up stretch in the version that feels good to you. Make sure you broaden your shoulders even more. Try to lift your tailbone a little higher. Again, the leg furthest away from the screen slides forward. We use this to let the whole body just turn over onto the other side, and now this foot can slide all the way back. You can just turn onto your side. There we go. We start off with the bottom arm underneath your shoulder. Top leg is straight, flexing the foot, and the foot is anchored. Top hand is reaching towards your calf. And here we go for our side lifts on this side. At the last one, keep up there. Keep your shoulders broad, lift your top leg, flex your foot, and swing your leg forward. Now turn onto your all fours, and here we go into our plank. From here we lift one leg off the floor and keep alternating. After your last one, you can push back into a rest position. See if you can get your hips down on your heels and just sink your forehead down to the mat. Reach your arms forward as far as possible. Get some traction underneath your hands and now pull the body forward so that you can lie down on your stomach. Lift those arms. Now stretch them out wide. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Try to get your hands up high against your spine. Turn your head to one side. And now feel the elbows and shoulders just melting down to the ground. As you breathe in, see if you can stretch your hands past your hips. Turn your head to the other side and sink down. From here, you can bring your arms all the way to the front, interlacing the fingers. Feel like you push the elbows into the ground. Try to make your collarbones broader. Pull the belly button to your spine, pubic bone presses into the mat. Now tighten your thighs. Lift your feet. We want to bend one leg at a time. And now just alternate. After the last one, you can place your hands right under your shoulders. Tuck the tummy in. Push into your hands. Keep your collarbones broad, elbows close to your body. And now lift the body all the way up. Push your body weight into your feet. And as you exhale, just sink down as low as you can go. Great stuff, you did it! If you still have any questions or concerns with regards to your shoulders, check out my schedule following the link in the description so that you can book your one-on-one private class video call, so I'll be able to give you more individualized tips and guidance as to how to work with your own shoulders. Also, before you leave, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button so that you'll know when my next video is uploaded and ready for your next workout. Until then, have a good one.